Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 1st of February 2023. Let's start with our session. The Monument Mitra scheme was transferred from the Ministry of Tourism to which particular ministry? So Monument Mitra scheme was transferred from Ministry of Tourism to now Ministry of Culture. And Union Culture Secretary has recently announced that the government will soon launch a revamped version of this Monument Mitra scheme, under which the Culture Ministry will seek partnership with the private industries for upkeeping of 1000 ASI monuments. Fine. So Monument Mitra scheme has been transferred from Tourism Ministry to now Culture Ministry. Okay. Now can you tell me what is this India stack? Actually, it is a multi-layer cluster of digital solutions like Aadhaar, UPI, DigiLocker, CoWIN, Government e-Marketplace and GSTN. So basically it is a collection of solutions that have played a significant role in the digital transformation in India, right? So the first India Stack Developer Conference will be held in New Delhi to ensure wider adoption of India's digital goods all over the world. And India Stack will be one of the focus areas at the World Government Summit 2023, which will be held at Abu Dhabi next month. Fine. So you can be asked that what is the name of the cluster of digital solutions like Aadhaar, UPI, DigiLocker, CoWIN, etc. So answer would be India Stack. Next is the National Tourism Day 2023 is celebrated in which Indian state? So this day is celebrated across the country on 25th of January every year, and Ministry of Tourism observes the National Tourism Day to spread awareness about the importance of tourism and its impact on the economy. So this year this day is celebrated in the village of Pochampalli that lies in the state of Telangana. Okay. Now there is a village in the state of Kerala, the name of which is Kumba Langi. Why it is important? Because this is India's very first sanitary napkin free village, right? And also we have talked about Kollam recently. Kollam also lies in the state of Kerala. And what is important thing regarding Kollam? It is India's very first constitution literate district, right? And to make it the India's first constitution literate district, a particular campaign was run named as the Citizen. Fine. So both of these villages lie in the state of Kerala. Next is hundreds of vulnerable olive ridley turtles have washed ashore along the coastline in which Indian state recently? So hundreds of vulnerable olive ridley turtles have washed ashore along the coastline in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So basically the breeding grounds in the Godavari region have been witnessing the mass mortality of the turtles during the ongoing annual breeding season on the east coast. And here locals blame it on the affluents from oil exploration facilities and the aqua ponds. Fine. So recently they have been found in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Next is, which state is known for celebrating the annual Orange Festival? So basically in Nagaland state, the third edition of this annual Orange Festival is being celebrated at Rusoma village in its Kohima district. So this festival is conceptualized to recognize and celebrate the hard work of the orange growers while facilitating them the market linkages. Fine. So Nagaland state celebrates this annual Orange Festival. Now apart from it, you'd have heard about the Survey Vac vaccine. What is this? So recently it has been developed jointly by the Serum Institute of India and the Indian government's Department of Biotechnology. So this is India's very first indigenously developed cervical cancer vaccine, and it has been developed for the people who are aged between 9 and 14 years. So this vaccine will be included in the National Immunization Program by mid-2023. Fine. So you can be asked that this particular vaccine has been jointly developed by Indian government along with which institution? So answer would be Serum Institute of India. Next is, which institution launched She Feeds the World program in India to strengthen the role of small-scale women producers? So PepsiCo Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of PepsiCo and CARE, has launched the She Feeds the World program in India, and aim is to strengthen the role of small-scale women producers through sustainable training and economic support. So this program will be implemented in the Alipurduar and Cooch Behar districts in the state of West Bengal. Fine. So this program is of PepsiCo Foundation. Now can you tell me which union ministry is associated with Competition Amendment Bill 2022? So Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance gave its report in the month of December on this Competition Amendment Bill 2022. And central government is set to modify this bill. So basically it seeks to fine-tune the regulatory framework, and it proposes global best practices like settlement and commitment and enhanced leniency provision. Fine. So Ministry of Finance is associated with this Competition Amendment Bill 2022. Next is, as of 2022, which state is the biggest producer of bajra and second largest in jowar? So Center has recently estimated the millet procurement in the country to move up from current 6 to 7 lakh tons to 40 to 50 lakh tons in the next few years. And 9 states have launched their own programs to procure millets and distribute these nutri cereals. So it includes, for example, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Odisha, right? So Rajasthan is the biggest producer of bajra and second largest in jowar, and now it has been asked to start focusing on procurement of the grains. Fine. Now can you tell me which country is the world's largest producer and consumer of sugar? Do let me know in the comments. Now talking about APEDA, that is the Agricultural and Processed Food Product Export Development Authority. Recently it has proposed to use the river names as tagline and branding for Indian agricultural product. Fine. So APEDA is identifying agricultural products that can be sourced from the Gangetic, Brahmaputra, Kaveri and the Godavari river basin, etc. Okay, and basically APEDA will showcase these riverine source of agri-export as the unique identifier. Okay, so you can be asked that which institution has proposed to use the river names as tagline and branding for its product. So this is APEDA. Okay, next is, India recently decided to elevate bilateral relations with which country to a strategic partnership? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced that India has decided to elevate the bilateral relations with the country Egypt to a strategic partnership. Also, India and Egypt have signed memorandum of understandings in the fields of cyber security, culture, information technology, youth matters and broadcasting. Also, commemorative postage stamps were exchanged to mark the milestone of 75 years of establishment of the diplomatic ties between India and Egypt, right? Next is, which country introduced international information campaign to discourage the refugees from coming to the country? So Swedish government has announced an international information campaign to discourage the refugees from coming to the country, and this campaign includes distributing an information package to the foreign authorities and other authorities with contact points abroad. So basically 76% of the refugees who arrived in the Nordic countries in 2019 ended up in Sweden. That's why Sweden has taken this initiative. Okay. Next is, which country announced the Draco program, the full form of which is Demonstration Rocket for Agile Cislunar Operations? So NASA and DARPA, that is Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, which is a research arm of the US Department of Defense, have announced the plans to test the nuclear powered rockets that would fly the human to the planet Mars. And NASA has partnered with DARPA on this Draco program, and this mission is expected to happen by 2027. So the nuclear thermal rocket will allow for a faster transit time, and it will also reduce the risk for astronauts. Fine. So your correct answer would be USA. This is a program of country USA. Next is, UWin platform, which was launched recently, is associated with which field? So government has rolled out universal immunization program to make the vaccinations of children and the pregnant women hassle-free. So this platform aims to digitize India's universal immunization program and has been launched in pilot mode across 2 districts of each state and the union territory. So this platform will actually help in registering and vaccinating every pregnant woman, recording her delivery outcome, registering the newborn delivery, and administering birth vaccinations and all type of immunizations. Fine. So UWin platform is associated with vaccination. Okay. Now next is, which state hosted the Tri-Services Amphibious Exercise named as AMPEX 2023? So this exercise was conducted in the state of Andhra Pradesh recently, and it witnessed the participation of amphibious ships from the Indian Navy, 900 troops, which included special forces, artillery and armored vehicles of Indian Army, and the Jaguar fighters and C-130 aircraft from the Indian Air Force. Fine. So this exercise was hosted by the state of Andhra Pradesh. Now last is SB Gangadhar, a motor launch marine vessel which was inaugurated, runs on which product? So Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, who is also the Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri, recently inaugurated the demo run of this inland water vessel, which is powered by methanol blended diesel, that is MD-15. Okay. So this is a run up to India Energy Week 2023, which is to be held in Bangalore in February 2023. And this boat ride was done on a 50-seater motor launch marine vessel named as SB Gangadhar. Fine. So recently it has been inaugurated and it runs on methanol blended diesel. Okay. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with our November 2022 current affairs revision session. This is part 3 in this series, and today we'll be doing the questions from question number 31 up to question number 45. Let's see question number 31. As per an Exim Bank report, India has become a major exporter of defense products of which region? So according to a report by the India Exim Bank, India has recently become a major exporter of defense products, and it will be able to meet the Africa's needs in maritime aerospace and the defense sectors, right? Actually, according to this report, Mauritius, Mozambique and the Seychelles together accounted for 6.6% of India's arms export to Africa between 2017 to 2021. And also India was the 23rd largest exporter of defense good from this time period. Okay. Which month's GST collection reached the second highest mark after April 2022? So GST collection was second highest in the month of October 2022, and the monthly GST revenues have been above the 1.4 lakh crore rupees mark for the last 8 months in a row, right? Indian Institute of Mass Communication Northeastern Regional Campus has been inaugurated in which Indian city? So Indian President Draupadi Murmu inaugurates Indian Institute of Mass Communication Northeastern Regional Campus at Aizawl. Okay, and also she virtually inaugurated various education related projects in the permanent campus of IIMC at Aizawl. Okay, which state launched Ladli Lakshmi 2.0 financial assistance scheme? So this is a scheme of Madhya Pradesh state, and it will aim to encourage the girls to pursue higher education and make them independent, right? So basically state had launched the earlier version, that is Ladli Lakshmi scheme, in the year 2007 to provide the monetary benefits to the eligible girl children to ensure that they can get the good education. Which state implemented the Shri Dhanvantri generic medical store scheme? So this is a scheme from the state of Chhattisgarh, and it provides the medicines at affordable rates to the people who are based on the BPL card, and it is being implemented by the Urban Development Department. Okay. Next is, as per the US News and the World Report, which country has the cheapest manufacturing cost? So according to the US News and the World Report, out of 85 nations, India has been ranked as the nation with the cheapest manufacturing cost, ahead of China and Vietnam. So basically India has bagged the 31st position in the overall best categories ranking, while it featured at the 37th spot in the open for business category. And in the overall best countries ranking, Switzerland has topped the chart, and it was followed by Germany, Canada, US and Sweden. Okay. Which state topped the EPFO coverage percent across the country? So Delhi has topped this EPFO coverage with 61.5% of their working population, and then Delhi is followed with Goa and then Haryana. Okay, and Maharashtra leads the chart in terms of EPFO subscribers, and then Maharashtra is followed with Karnataka and then Tamil Nadu. Which state launched the Investment and Employment Promotion Policy 2022? So Uttar Pradesh Cabinet has approved its new Investment and Employment Promotion Policy, and basically it categorizes the investment into 4 major categories, that is large, mega, super mega and ultra mega. And this new policy will provide attractive incentives for the development of private industrial parks. As per the UN FAO joint report, 8 million people of which country is at the risk of hunger? So as per this report, almost 8 million people in South Sudan, or you can say 2/3 of the population, are in the risk of hunger. And as per the report, the proportion of people who are facing high levels of food insecurity and malnourishment is at the highest level now. Knesset is the parliament of which country? So we know that Knesset is the parliament of Israel country. Next is, who is the head of the panel set up to strengthen the assessment and accreditation of higher educational institutions? So the central government has set up a high-level panel to strengthen the assessment and accreditation of higher educational institutions. and this committee has been formed under the chairmanship of K. Radha Krishnan, who is the chairperson in the Board of Governors at IIT Kanpur, and also he is the chairperson of IIT Council Standing Committee. Which country has launched the world's longest passenger train as of November 2022? Switzerland has launched the world's longest passenger train with 100 coaches, 4,550 seats, and with this it has set a world record for being the longest passenger train. Which is the most powerful rocket ever launched from the Earth as of November 2022? So SpaceX has launched its Falcon Heavy rocket, and it has sent several US military satellites into the orbit with this, and this is the most powerful launched rocket ever from the Earth, and this was SpaceX's 50th launch of 2022. When is the International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists 2022 observed across the world? So we observe this day on 2nd of November every year. So this day basically condemns all aggression and violence against the journalists and the media workers. Which country has the worst gender wealth gap as per the 2022 WTW Global Gender Wealth Equity Report? So as per this report, India had the worst gender wealth gap, more than the global average. And this report further says that women will have 74% of the wealth accumulated by men when they retire. Okay, so here correct answer would be India. So these are the next most important 15 questions from the month of November, and tomorrow we'll be continuing it from question number 46 up to question number 60. Okay, now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Minu Zatsana signing off.